Living Young Country Girl, and I'm going to be sharing with you guys my September favorites. So it is late and I'm tired, but I wanted to get this done for you because I realize it's already almost like the first week in October is gone and I never shared my September favorites with you. So I am getting ready to do that right now. Okay, so I'm going to start with, like always, my favorite diffuser blend, and I have a day one and a night one. So my favorite day one right now, and even though it's called Christmas Spirit, it has cinnamon and like a whole bunch of yummy things. I'll put the list right here of all the different blends that are, or the oils that are in this blend. But it has it has like cinnamon and orange are kind of like the really predominant ones that you smell. So it smells a lot like fall. And so I absolutely love Christmas Spirit. And I end up diffusing that starting in September, pretty much through September, October, November. And then maybe mid-November, I switch out and I start using my more Christmas tree smelling smells. Like once our Christmas tree goes up, which usually is at the beginning of November, but I wait till kind of the middle of November to really start diffusing those Christmas tree smells. And honestly, when I'm diffusing them, most people think there's a real tree in our home. So little tip, if you have to switch to a fake tree like we did when we moved to this very arid, dry climate that it is during the winter here, we had to switch to a fake tree, and that meant no more beautiful Christmas smell, but with my diffuser going, I fool a lot of people. So Christmas Spirit has been one that I've been diffusing a lot during the day. I also recently did a video on my fall blends. I will try to put a link in the description box, or if I remember to do an annotation up here, which I probably won't, then I will have that list down, or a link to the video that tells you all my fall diffuser blends. And so those are the ones that I really enjoy doing. But a lot of times if I'm in a rush, then I will simply put Christmas Spirit in. But otherwise, I really love like cinnamon, orange, nutmeg, or cinnamon and orange and cloves, or cinnamon, cloves, and nutmeg. There's a whole bunch of combinations that you can do for different fall smells that are absolutely amazing. And they smell like these candles that are filled with all the harmful chemicals, but instead you're getting this beautiful smelling home that smells like fall, and you're getting therapeutic benefits instead of harmful chemicals. So way win in my book. And then for my nighttime blend, I have gone back to RC and lavender. I still am using the vetiver but as like a sleep roll-on, but I've been using the RC and the lavender in the diffuser because I just needed some support for my respiratory system. And lavender is always just a go-to in our diffuser because it has such amazing calming properties to help us sleep. So my son loves lavender. It's his favorite every night. Can I have lavender on me? So those are the two that I've been diffusing at night. Now for my favorite snack, I actually picked this one. It's Raising the Roof by Dave's Killer Bread. This is a great bread option, especially for those who, you know, I mean, I know so many people don't eat carbs anymore. We still do carbs, but this is a really nice one because it has 8 grams of whole grain, 130 milligrams of omega-3. It has a sweet cinnamony taste. There's no high fructose corn syrup. It's organic, no GMO. So if you're going to go ahead and do a carb or a bread, this is a really great option. It tastes amazing. I was looking for their pumpkin one and I have not been able to find it, which I'm really bummed about. I'm hoping eventually our store will get it, but this was a new one. And so I thought, you know what, in the morning, or even like if I just want a snack kind of through the day, I can like just toast me a piece of toast, put some peanut butter on it, and just, it's like a great way to kind of just like keep me full and get me going. A lot of times it'll just be my lunch. It'll just substitute as lunch. So, love Dave's Killer Bread. All right, and the next thing is my favorite drink this month. And because I'm talking about pumpkin stuff, I'm into the fall. Pumpkin Spice Robies. This is the Trader Joe's one. I actually picked this up last year and had it saved in my pantry unopened, and I just opened it the other day so that my friend and I could have a cup. I personally love to have this, and I put a little tiny bit of agave nectar and then a tiny bit of half and half in, so it's more like a dark tea but like with cream and sugar in it, you know, so it's more like a black tea, but it's not, but either way, I love this one. It tastes very cinnamony, and it's delicious. So this has been my go-to lately for my drinks. I've started making a new one recently, and I will share that when I share my October favorites, but it's definitely one of my favorites for right now. Or for last month. So the next thing is my favorite product, whether it be hair or skin. And I went with, you guys saw me last month talk about the dry shampoo. This is the Moroccan Oil Root Boost. I know it's not natural. I know it's not chemical free, and I know it's bad for me, but we don't have anything like this, and I haven't been able to find anything natural that works. And I don't use it every single day. It's something that I wash my hair maybe every 3 days. And so what I'll do is when I wash it, like today I washed it, I put some on and I blow dried it, and it just kind of gives me that extra lift. You know, my hair is super fine and super thin, so it's a great way to kind of make it feel thicker. So
my hair isn't fine or thin though.
No, she's got a lot of hair and it's wavy. I don't understand. So yeah, this is one of my favorites for volumizing hair products. So until Young Living comes out with hair care products, I guess I got to do that. I mean, we have our shampoo and we have our hair oil, which I love the hair oil. I do put that on my ends after I blow dry it and stuff, but we don't have any kind of like styling actual products. So I'm really hoping that eventually we will get some, because that would be amazing. Okay, so that was my favorite product. My favorite oils this month have been Peace and Calming. There's a little theme going on here. Deep Relief, Roll-On, and Pan Away. So just preparing for this trip has been, I wouldn't say it's been stressful, but it's just been a rough month, put it that way. Between kids moving into tweenhood and learning and challenging, just trying to, we had a couple hiccups with our reservations, both our hotel and our airfare, which I will share all that with you when I get into a video about our planning, our trip to Tokyo. Just those kind of things. I am one of those people, like, you don't generally see me get mad and stress and like blow up. I tend to hold a lot of it just in my shoulders. And so I've been using Peace and Calming the last couple days, and I've noticed a huge, huge difference. Why I didn't start sooner, don't know. And then because my shoulders hold that tension, I need a lot of Deep Relief that I roll on there, and Pan Away. It's also partly because my shoulders are also partly hurting because the fronts of them, it's getting colder here. And that cold weather brings in all of that achiness and that soreness from all the years of being a hairstylist. And I don't think it ever, my wrists don't bother me. I've had a couple weird things going on though, where because my shoulders are so tight, my hands feel tingly, but I don't believe it's like anything carpal tunnel related. I think it is literally because I can feel the knots in my shoulder and it's sore like in the joints up front too. And that's all just the tightness is causing it down here. But that is something where I love being able to put the Pan Away and the Deep Relief on just to kind of loosen things up. Put the Peace and Calming on just to help calm. Valor's another great one that I've used quite a bit. But Peace and Calming, for whatever reason, has just been my jam this last month as far as helping just to calm me down. So those three oils are my favorites this past month. Two of my favorite book or TV show that we've been watching. I forgot to grab the book. My favorite TV show has been The Gifted. I don't know what channel it's on. We watch it on Hulu. It's basically a spin-off of X-Men, and I had no idea what it was about when we first started watching it, but it's a really cute show. I like the show. It's action-y, it's fun, it's science fiction-y, you know, so it has all of that. They haven't had any crazy, like, you know, inappropriate sex scenes or any like mass cussing. I don't think there's been any. So it's something that we can watch either in front of our kids, with our kids. And so that's always an important thing. So we've enjoyed that. And then a book I've been reading is called Jesus Is by Judah Smith. He is an amazing, it was a #1, I think, bestseller and everything. It was a really good book. And we're doing the Bible study on Wednesdays with my church. And so I really have enjoyed it and really, has really reaffirmed some things that I've believed in, and then just opened my eyes to things that I didn't necessarily maybe see that I was doing that I needed to work on. So I've really been enjoying that book. I actually bought the book, and then I actually bought the Audible, whatever it is, downloaded it so that way I can listen to it. Like I said, I'm one of these people that's always moving, so I'll listen to it while I'm making food, or before I go to bed, or while I'm driving, or when I'm out feeding. I did that one day. I literally sat on the back of my horse while he was eating, just because I needed to calm down and to get away from the children for a little bit. I'm home all the time with them. Keeping it real here, guys. Sometimes you just need to get away. So I went and sat on the back of the horse and pushed my audio and just had it there and just watched the sunset while he ate his food. Didn't even get a ride. Just did it that way. So been really enjoying that book. It's been, like I said, very eye-opening and very good for the soul, as well as just for, you know, good fun read. And the audio is great. He reads it himself and it's awesome. I love it. A YouTube channel I've been watching a lot is Tim Tracker, I think is the name of his YouTube channel. And he was actually the video YouTuber that we were watching that kind of started this whole ball rolling for going to Tokyo. We had talked about it before, but really thought it was financially out of the question. And when I was watching his feed, I think I shared a little bit about this last month. When I was watching his feed, his video with his wife came up in my feed, and I started watching his videos on Tokyo, and I realized that it was something that we could probably do. So we watched a few more videos of theirs, just some ideas, some tips and things like that. And then I've just been really scouring and not watching any one particular channel, but just researching, you know, all about Tokyo, about the subway systems, about transportation, about airport arrival, about pocket Wi-Fi's. Just been watching a ton of videos, you know, day trips and how to get around and the best, like, what you can do in this many hours. All these things, as well as packing videos and travel videos and all of that kind of stuff. So I haven't watched one specific channel a bunch of. I kind of watch my, you know, regular favorites like Less Junk, More Journey, Keep Your Daydream Alive, and kind of those ones are my like regular ones that I watch every when they come out with videos. Usually it's Less Junk, More Journey. That's the main one. But yeah, so that's kind of been what I've been doing. And then some of my favorite memories this past month. I will start pictures rolling here. And you can see we had our last Summer in the Park movie last month. And I love the Summer in the Park movies. Those are one of my favorite things to do. This past summer was the first time we did it. And not only do we have Summer in the Park movies like at our public, like city park, but we also have them on post, which is really nice. And so we were able to hit up one or the other or both of them some months. And it was just really enjoyable. I really enjoyed doing that with our family and our friends and stuff. And I mean, there were times where it's just me and the kids and we still had a blast going. And then there were times when other people would meet us there, but it was always a lot of fun. So that was something that we really enjoyed. And this was the last one. They'll start up again next summer. But for now, that's it. They have a bunch of other events going on at Post, so it's like we'll still be, you know, having lots of fun. But that Summer in the Park is over. And then the fall festival, they had a fun fest in our city park with a carnival. And I normally do not take my kids to this. So if you guys want to hear a little story time for you who have stuck around, I'll share this amazing thing. So we went Friday night because I had seen online that this company, Mini Donuts, was going to be there. And their little mini donuts that are covered in powdered sugar remind me of beignets, like from the Jazz Kitchen in downtown Disney. And so I love their mini donuts. And I saw they were going to be there. So it was literally Friday night. I finished doing somebody's hair, had a couple haircuts, colors going on, finished up at around 9:30. And then I ended up was like, let's go, let's do it. Let's just go get some mini donuts. We're not going to stay late. They have the big concert going on, which, you know, I'm sure it's going to be crowded and everything, but let's at least go grab some food. We hadn't had dinner because I was working. So I was like, let's go ahead and do that. So we actually went to the carnival, and it was so funny because we got there and we kept bumping into people we hadn't seen in forever or people that we knew. And so it was like slowly making our way to the food section. We finally get there and I'm like, can we order? I'm like, oh, they have sundaes now with mini donuts. I'm like, let's do a sundae. So we ordered some food. We ate our food, and then we went and got some we went to go order these sundaes. They were like, oh, we're all out of the syrup, the Ghirardelli chocolate that goes on the top. And I was like, okay. I was like, well, can we have some extra whipped cream then or something? And they're like, yeah, and we'll take $1 off. I'm like, oh, thanks. So we ordered our sundaes. They come to hand them out, and he's like, sorry, this one doesn't look very good. We ran out of whipped cream too. And I'm like, ran out of whipped cream too. I'm like, oh man. I'm like, that's funny. I said, we literally drove out here. We saw you guys were going to be here. And I saw on Facebook you guys were going to be here, so we drove out to get some mini donuts and stuff. So I'm like, I'm glad you guys weren't out of those. That would have been a real bummer. And he's like, no, not at all. He's like, here, let me give you a couple free dozen of donuts. So he gave the kids each their own bag, like stuffed full of donuts. They each got to pick their own topping. And so we ended up walking out with like $10 worth of free donuts, just like, delicious, right? We ended up saving most of them for the next day because we had those huge sundaes too. So that was Friday night. And then Saturday, I told the kids we would go back because it was only like, we only had about an hour before the carnival closed on Saturday. And I was like, okay, yeah, that was Saturday night. So then on Sunday, I said, we'll go back on Sunday and we'll actually, you know, go. You guys can pick a ride or a game. I do not like carnival games. I do not like carnival rides, but I've never let my kids do this. And I figured, you know what? It's time for me to at least let them pick it out. Let them see what it's about. See why it's a ripoff. See why we don't like it. And we go to Disneyland all the time. So it's not like they don't get to do those things, but they get to do them in a way safer and more controlled environment, in my opinion. So we went there, and I was literally standing there, and we were there with one of our friends' kid too. And I was like, so it's $25 if you buy a wristband, but then I'm like, it's like $5 just to go on one ride. I'm like, this is crazy, ridiculously expensive. And because I'd have to buy for 3 kids, you know, I'm like, it's just, so frustrating. So I'm standing there trying to figure out, you know, I'm like, okay, so the most expensive one's about 4 tickets. You know, you guys need to pick what ride you want. We'll see how many tickets we need. See, you know, if we can do it this way. And then you guys can each pick like a game, and that's like $3. So I'm like, basically $10 a kit, not including food, just for, you know, a little bit of entertainment. So we're standing there, and a couple young gentlemen come up, and they were like, are you getting ready to buy tickets? And I was like, yeah. And they're like, oh, we have all these extra tickets. Do you want them? And I'm like, of course. Thank you. Oh my gosh. Thank you. Thank you. So my son and the friend were getting ready to go on a ride that was like 2 tickets, and they each had their 2 tickets. And then I ran into another friend and started talking to her, and she's like, yeah, and today's 1 ticket day. All rides are 1 ticket. I'm like, what? There's no signs anywhere. Had no clue. The people that were running the rides, they were still taking full tickets. If you didn't know, they were taking all the tickets. So my son and his friend were about to get on, and I was like, is it 1 ticket day today? And he's like, yeah. And I'm like, oh. I'm like, hey guys, give me those extra tickets. So I took the extra tickets, literally like as they were he was getting ready to take their tickets. And so we had all these tickets, and there was only 1 ticket a ride. And so we literally, the kids got to go on a bunch of different rides that I would allow them to go on, because I won't let them go on. Like, we went on the Ferris wheel, and that one was like, oh my gosh, I was terrified. I was screaming. I'm like, this thing is going to break. This thing is going to break. I'm like, I'll go skydiving. Like, my husband and I go skydiving. That's okay. You put me on one of these carnival rides, and I'm like, oh, heck no. Saying my prayers, because I think it's going to fall apart and we're going to die. But anyways, so we literally went on a couple rides, like carousels, like ones that weren't gonna, like the Ferris wheel was the scariest, biggest one that I'm like, could be the dangerous. But we're literally standing there, and my daughter and the friend were going on the Ferris wheel one more time because they still had 1 more ticket left. And somebody else came up to us and gave us a bunch more tickets. And we were just like, no way. So we ended up buying food that day. And literally we bought, like, we spent, I think, $30 on food over the 2 days. And then we didn't pay for anything else. So in that sense, I was like, that was such an amazing deal. It was a great time, and we had a lot of fun, and it didn't end up costing an arm and a leg like I was expecting. So that was a pretty cool one. And then the last thing we did this month was we went back camping at Patagonia with just the family, and we had a ton of fun. We were able to hike and explore a little more because it was just us, and see an amazing sunset and just spend time. We spent a bunch of time playing games in the RV and stuff like that. So we had a lot of fun. And that is my final memory for the month of September. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. Thanks for sticking around all the way to the end and listening to the stories. I hope you guys enjoyed this favorite video. If you did, be sure to give it a thumbs up. Let me know what some of your favorites were this month. Did you have a favorite combo of essential oils, or do you have a favorite natural product, hair product that I should try? Because I am still looking for one. Yeah, share along with me. And if you guys like these story times at the end, let me know, because if not, I'm going to drop them off. I won't keep you and waste your time. But if you guys enjoy hearing the stories and kind of seeing some of the memories that happened this month, be sure to let me know in the comments below, and I'll keep adding them to these favorites videos. You can always turn them off at the end. That's why we put them at the end. But I really enjoy sharing them with you. So I hope you guys enjoyed them, and we'll see you guys all again real soon. Have a beautiful, blessed day. Bye.